We're going to have a talk today about testicular cancer. You'll find out during the course of this presentation why it's relevant to you guys. So, my name is Vince, I'm the chairman of It's on the Ball. I've got Paul here with me today. Paul's one of our volunteers. Testicular cancer itself most commonly affects guys between 15 to 34, 35. That doesn't mean that you get to 35 and you're immune from it. The eldest guy they've treated up the road at the Norwich Norwich was in his 70s. And I've met two guys who were diagnosed when they were 15. It is the most common form of cancer amongst young guys. If you catch it early enough, the success rate for treatment is really good. It's up at 98%, and that's probably about as good as you're going to get in this day and age for treatment of cancers. But again, I'll keep saying it over and over, it's about detecting the symptoms really early. I've been telling about the signs and symptoms of testicular cancer and what to check for, and the important message that we always try to get across to guys is to check themselves regularly, once a month, when you've had a bath or a shower. Check for the signs and symptoms, and we've talked to the guys today about what those signs and symptoms may be so they're aware of what they're actually checking for. A lump within the testicle, it says within the testicle, but it tends to be on the surface of the testicle. So I describe it often as feeling like a frozen pea growing on the side of your testicle, on the surface of it. It can be an ache or a dragging sensation. Sometimes the testicle might feel heavier than it does normal. It can feel harder. Well, I want them to take that message home with them. I want them to look after themselves, but also to help us to spread awareness. The more people know about this, the more we break down the barriers of talking about these things. Some people are a bit reticent to talk about it, but the more we get the awareness out there, the better, and it will just become normal to check yourself, and everyone will do it.
I'd got a lump on my testicle, which I didn't really know what it was. So that sort of inspired me to go to the doctors. Went to the doctors, was told it's probably a cyst. A week later, I had to go back because it had grown. At that point, he sort of again said it's a cyst. We'll leave it a little bit just to see if it develops. And from there, I had a second one that grew. That then became bigger. I went back to the doctors, so within 3 weeks, I got taken for an ultrasound scan, and the day after I was diagnosed with testicular cancer. And then I was operated on within 7 days, so you had to have testicle removed, and from there I've sort of gone on to just live a normal, healthy life since, really. The information that's presented is fantastic, and more so the point that if you catch it early, you've got a 98% chance of survival, and the support they get is fantastic. The risk factors, so I was one that had an undescended testicle as a kid. I spotted it, told my parents. That was probably why I was self-conscious, to the point that I took myself to the doctors. And it's really important that they understand that, because there might be 3 people in that room today that have had that same thing, and it might be that saves their life in the long run, maybe, or it could. Yeah, it's just to give them the awareness, or even support for their friends that might go for it, which is so powerful. Why not check? If it is there, it's easy to treat, and 98% of chance of survival. So.